The morning started like any other on Earth. Cities were alive with noise, the hum of traffic, the chatter of people on the streets, and the faint ringing of alarms in factories. Birds flew across the blue sky, and sunlight warmed the parks and oceans. Life seemed calm, normal, and peaceful. But above that calm sky, a shadow was forming. A shadow that no one could see until it was too late. From the far reaches of space, a fleet unlike anything humanity had ever imagined was approaching. 9,900 ships, massive, dark, and alien, cut through the void silently. Each one was bigger than any human battleship, their hulls black and cold, with strange glowing lights that pulse like alien hearts. Nobody on Earth had seen anything like this before. The fleet moved in perfect formation, like a single living organism. In the control room of the United Nations Space Command, alarms blared suddenly. Red lights flashed as satellites detected thousands of objects entering the solar system at unimaginable speeds. Commander Marcus Hale, a veteran of the small conflicts humanity had fought in space before, stared at the screen in disbelief. This can't be real," Marcus whispered, his voice shaking. "That many ships, it's impossible." His assistant, Lieutenant Sarakim, looked at him wide-eyed. "Sir, they're coming straight at Earth. Full speed, weapons charging." Outside, the people on the streets had no idea what was coming. Children played in parks. Lovers walked hand in hand, and office workers complained about emails and traffic. And yet, above them, the sun began to darken. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the cities, strange and cold. Birds froze mid-flight, as if sensing danger. People looked up, squinting. At first, they thought it was a solar eclipse. But this was different. The shadow moved, and it was moving fast. Then the first explosion shook the skies. Massive beams of energy struck the cities from above, flattening buildings, igniting fires, and throwing cars into the air. Screams erupted everywhere. Chaos replaced calm in an instant. Marcus watched the live satellite feed, unable to tear his eyes away. Cities like New York, Tokyo, and Paris were burning simultaneously. The aliens had arrived, and Earth had no time to prepare. In the midst of the panic, a small group of humans gathered at a hidden military base. Marcus, Sarah, and a handful of elite pilots and engineers knew they had a slim chance of survival. Their mission was clear: escape if possible, fight if necessary, and survive no matter what. "Sir, sensors show their ships are too strong. Our weapons won't work," Sarah reported. Her voice trembled, but she kept her calm training. "Even our largest fleet can't hold them back." Marcus clenched his fists. "Then we survived the first wave. That's all we can do. We find a way somehow." Meanwhile, in space, the alien fleet moved with precision. Ships larger than skyscrapers unleashed energy beams that tore through Earth's defenses. Humans tried to respond, firing missiles and laser cannons, but most were destroyed before reaching the alien ships. The sky filled with explosions, smoke, and fire. Satellites fell like shooting stars, leaving the planet's communications in chaos. On the ground, people ran blindly, searching for shelter. Streets became rivers of panic. Some tried to call loved ones, but lines were down. Sirens wailed endlessly. The world was falling apart. Yet, amidst the destruction, small acts of courage began to emerge. A group of firefighters risked their lives to save trapped children in a burning school. Soldiers stayed at their posts, firing at alien drones to give civilians a chance to escape. Even ordinary citizens picked up weapons or drove cars to block alien landing sites, hoping to slow the invaders. Marcus looked at the chaos outside the base through a reinforced viewport. His mind raced. Every second counted. Every move mattered. Suddenly, alarms shrieked again. The alien ships had released smaller attack craft, swarm drones that moved faster than anything humans could track. They tore through military convoys, civilian vehicles, and even the emergency response teams. Marcus realized that Earth's defenses were collapsing faster than he had feared. "Get the escape pods ready," Marcus ordered. "We can't fight them all. We survive and we fight another day." Sarah nodded, but she hesitated. "Sir, if we leave now, we're abandoning billions." Marcus's eyes hardened. "We leave, or we die here." And if we die here, the chance for anyone to fight back is gone. Sometimes survival is the first battle. Elsewhere in orbit, human ships attempted desperate maneuvers. Pilots shouted into comms channels, dodging alien fire, trying to protect each other. But 9,900 ships were overwhelming. Explosions rocked the human fleet. One by one, ships were destroyed. Marcus watched in horror as the numbers dwindled. Out of hundreds of human vessels, only a handful remained intact. Amidst the chaos, a tiny shuttle managed to escape. It carried Marcus, Sarah, and a few elite soldiers and engineers. They looked back at the burning Earth, tears in their eyes. They knew most of humanity was being slaughtered, yet survival was their only choice. "This isn't over," Marcus whispered to Sarah, gripping the shuttle controls tightly. "We will come back. We have to." The shuttle jumped into faster-than-light travel, leaving Earth behind. Outside the window, they could see the alien fleet sweeping across the planet, leaving nothing but fire and ruin. Cities disappeared, oceans boiled, and mountains crumbled under the alien assault. It was a sight that would haunt them forever. But even in despair, hope remained. The 17 survivors were not just lucky, they were human. Humans had fought against impossible odds before. And though Earth seemed lost, the spirit of humanity had not. As the shuttle traveled further into space, Marcus began planning their next move. "We need a base. Somewhere they won't find us. Somewhere we can regroup." Sarah nodded. "And we need weapons. Something strong enough to fight them. Something they won't expect." The aliens, however, were not idle. Their ships moved like predators across the galaxy, scanning every corner for survivors. And as the shuttle slipped into the dark void, they knew that being human meant never giving up, even when facing annihilation. In that moment, the universe itself seemed to pause. The 17 humans clung to life, small and fragile, yet filled with determination. They did not know what awaited them in the dark reaches of space, but one thing was certain. The fight had just begun, and so, with Earth burning behind them and 9,900 alien ships in relentless pursuit, the story of survival, courage, and resistance began. The unexpected turning point had arrived. Humanity was no longer a peaceful planet. Humanity was a target, and yet humanity would fight back. The first chapter of the struggle ended not with victory, but with survival, pain, and a promise that even in the darkest hours, the spark of human courage could not be extinguished. And somewhere deep in space, the survivors whispered a single thought aloud, as if hoping it could echo across the galaxy. "We are human, and we will never give up." The small shuttle drifted silently through the endless black of space. Stars streaked past them as it moved at impossible speeds, faster than anything humans had ever built. Inside, Marcus Hale sat in the pilot seat, his eyes scanning controls with intense focus. Beside him, Lieutenant Sarah Kim monitored the sensors, her fingers flying over the panels, trying to detect even the slightest sign of alien pursuit. The rest of the survivors, engineers, soldiers, and a few pilots, sat tense, silent, gripping their seats. Every shadow on the monitors made them jump. Every small alarm sent hearts racing. They were 17 humans, the sole survivors of a slaughter that had destroyed Earth. Their home was gone, burned to ashes, and now the galaxy itself seemed to hunt them. Any sign of them yet? Marcus asked, his voice low. Sarah shook her head. Not yet, but they'll find us. They always find survivors. Outside, the alien fleet continued its deadly sweep. Massive ships patrolled the burned remains of Earth, scanning for any life that had survived. To them, humans were insignificant, but dangerous. One human ship that escaped meant the possibility of resistance, and the aliens would not allow that. Inside the shuttle, tension grew with every passing moment. The survivors knew they were tiny and fragile, yet they also knew humans had something no alien could ever truly destroy. Willpower. We can't keep running forever, Marcus said. We need a plan. Somewhere we can hide, somewhere we can fight back. Sarah glanced at the map displays. There's an old station near the asteroid belt, abandoned, but still operational. It's our best chance. Marcus nodded. Set course. And be ready, they might already be on our tail. The shuttle veered toward the asteroid belt. Shadows of massive rocks and ice passed outside the viewport. It was a dangerous path, but one the aliens might avoid, thinking no humans could survive the chaos of the belt. Suddenly, the shuttle shuddered violently. Red lights flashed. "Impact!" shouted one of the engineers. The ship had grazed a massive asteroid, throwing them off course. Alarms blared. Marcus wrestled with the controls, sweat dripping down his face. "Hold on!" he yelled. Outside, the void was alive with danger. Not only the alien fleet, but the asteroid belt itself was a deadly maze. Every move required precision and nerves of steel. The shuttle spun, narrowly avoiding collisions with rocks that could crush them instantly. Finally, with a final twist of the controls, Marcus stabilized the ship. The survivors exhaled in relief, but the tension did not fade. "We're not safe yet," Sarah warned. Sensors just picked up a ship approaching fast. It was an alien hunter, smaller than the main fleet, but fast, deadly, and relentless. The humans had no weapons capable of taking it on directly. Marcus's mind raced. "We can't outrun it in a straight line. We have to trick it." He piloted the shuttle through a narrow gap between two massive asteroids. The alien ship followed, its engines glowing ominously. Marcus spun the shuttle in a sudden loop, disappearing behind a cluster of floating rocks. The alien hunter paused, scanning, its strange lights glowing as if searching for them. For a moment, it seemed confused. Marcus grinned. "That's it, keep it guessing." But the alien was clever. After a few seconds, it adjusted its trajectory, following their path. Every twist, every turn, the humans were tested. Panic rose in the cabin as alarms shrieked. The shuttle jolted violently as the alien fired, missing by inches. "Shields at 40%. We can't take much more," one soldier shouted. Marcus didn't answer. He focused on the path ahead, weaving through the dangerous asteroid field. One wrong move could mean death, not just from the aliens, but from the asteroids themselves. Hours passed like this, a deadly dance in the void. The humans learned to trust each other completely, anticipating moves and responding without hesitation. In the darkness, they discovered a strength they never knew they had. Finally, the shuttle reached the abandoned station. It was an old mining facility, long forgotten, covered in dust and silence. The humans docked quickly, hiding their ship within a massive hangar. The alien hunter scanned the area from outside, but eventually moved on, failing to detect their hiding place. Inside the station, the survivors took a moment to breathe. Marcus looked at each of them. "We made it for now, but this is just the beginning. They'll keep coming. We have to be ready." The station, though abandoned, was a treasure trove of possibilities. Old weapons caches, maintenance tools, and storage bays gave the humans resources to repair their shuttle and create defenses. Engineers began examining alien tech that had been salvaged from the escape, looking for weaknesses, while pilots trained on simulations, preparing for the battles to come. Yet even in the quiet of the station, tension never fully disappeared. Every sound, every shadow made them jump. They were hunted, and every day could be their last. Sarah approached Marcus, holding a small display. "Sir," sensors picked up movement. "Something's coming. I think it's more than one ship." Marcus felt the familiar surge of adrenaline. "Get everyone ready. Weapons charged. Shields on maximum. This is not a drill." The humans prepared as best they could, knowing they were still tiny against the alien might. But determination burned in their eyes. They were 17 against thousands. The odds were impossible, but humans had always fought against impossible odds. And sometimes that was when they were strongest. As the alien ships approached the asteroid belt, they slowed, scanning. They had detected the shuttle earlier, and now they were searching for the station. The humans hid, silent, hearts pounding. Marcus whispered, "Patience, wait for the right moment." The alien ship circled the station, their lights piercing the dark void. The humans watched, bated breath, as one ship moved dangerously close to their hangar. A single mistake could mean discovery. Suddenly, one of the alien ships fired, hitting a nearby asteroid. Debris flew everywhere. The humans had to stay calm. Any sudden move could give them away. Marcus made a decision. We're going to lure them. Prepare the shuttle, we draw them out, and then we strike. The humans worked quickly, setting traps using the shuttle systems and parts of the station. They rigged the hangar with energy fields and debris patterns that could confuse the alien sensors. It was risky, but the only chance they had as the first alien ship moved closer. The humans watched in tense silence. The trap was ready. When the alien ship entered the hangar, it triggered the fields, blinding its sensors and throwing it into the floating debris. Alarms shrieked, engines flared, and the ship spun out of control. For a moment, the humans held their breath. Then, with a coordinated strike, they used the shuttle's limited weapons to disable the alien ship. It drifted lifelessly in the void. Cheers erupted inside the station. For the first time since the attack on Earth, the 17 survivors felt a spark of victory. They had fought back, even if just a little. Marcus looked at his team, pride shining in his eyes. Remember this moment. Even in the void, we can fight. We can survive. And one day, we'll take the fight back to them. Sarah nodded. But they'll keep coming. They'll never stop. Marcus's gaze hardened. Then we'll be ready. Humans don't give up. And they'll learn that the hard way. The shuttle floated silently in the dark. The station, holding its secret safe for now. The galaxy had learned one thing. Even 17 humans could be dangerous when cornered. And as the survivors prepared for the next wave of attacks, one thought echoed in every mind. We are human, and we will never give up. The asteroid station was quiet. For the first time since escaping the destruction of Earth, the 17 survivors could breathe without feeling the shadow of alien eyes on them. Yet the silence was deceptive. Marcus Hale paced the control room, his brow furrowed. He knew better than anyone. Calm moments like this never lasted long. Sir, sensors are showing unusual readings, Lieutenant Sarah Kim said, pointing at the display. Strange energy signatures rippled across the monitor. I think they're studying us. Marcus's eyes narrowed. They're learning. Every move we make, every trick we try, they're watching. They'll adapt if we're not careful. Outside the station, the vast void of space stretched endlessly. Tiny asteroids drifted lazily, giving an illusion of calm. But somewhere in that darkness, alien ships hovered, massive, silent, and cold. They were hunting. Unlike before, they were no longer just searching. They were planning. Humans were clever, and the aliens did not like surprises. Inside the station, the survivors prepared. Engineers scavenged parts from the shuttle and the station itself. Weapons were repaired, modified, and enhanced. Pilots trained on simulators, running drills, and preparing for attacks that could come at any moment. Even civilians among them learned the basics of survival in space. Every hand mattered. Every mind mattered. Marcus gathered the group. We're not just running anymore. We need a plan. If they want us, we'll give them a fight they won't forget. A murmur of agreement ran through the team. Though they were few, their spirit was strong. Humans had survived countless impossible battles. Against all odds, they had escaped annihilation. And now, even in the dark void of space, they would strike back. The first step was observation. The survivors needed to understand the aliens, their technology, and their weaknesses. Marcus sent Sarah on a dangerous scouting mission. She piloted a small stealth pod, slipping silently through the asteroid belt. The pod's cloaking system, jury-rigged from old Earth tech, flickered and hissed as it activated. Sarah's sensors picked up movement. Alien patrol ships were scanning systematically, their lights cutting through the darkness. Her pulse quickened. One wrong move, one miscalculation, and she would become another casualty. As she moved closer to a patrol, she noticed something unusual. The alien ships weren't just powerful, they were predictable. Their formations followed a rigid pattern, their attacks calculated. Humans, with cunning and adaptability, could exploit this. Sarah relayed the information back to Marcus. They're fast, yes, but they lack creativity. We can trap them if we plan carefully. Marcus's mind raced. Then that's what we'll do. A trap in the asteroid belt. They think they're hunting us, but we'll be hunting them instead. Back at the station, preparations began. Debris from the asteroid belt was shifted, creating hidden choke points. Energy pulses were rigged to mimic ship signatures, creating decoys. The survivors worked tirelessly, knowing that one mistake could cost them everything. Days passed in tense silence. The survivors maintained a strict schedule, repairs, training, and constant vigilance. Outside, alien patrols moved, scanning, probing, testing the boundaries of human ingenuity. But the humans were ready. Every sensor, every plan, every modification was a step toward vengeance. Then the attack came. It began with a flicker on the station's long-range sensors, 2 alien ships approaching fast. Marcus's voice cut through the station. All stations prepare for combat. Shields up, weapons ready. Remember, stay calm, stay smart. The alien ships entered the asteroid field, unaware of the traps waiting for them. The humans waited until the right moment, then activated the decoy energy pulses. The patrols, thinking they had located the human shuttle, plunged into the trap. Energy pulses erupted from hidden corners of the asteroid belt. Explosions rocked the alien ships as debris and missiles struck with deadly precision. One ship spun out of control, its lights flickering. The second attempted to escape, but Marcus had anticipated every move. "Now!" he shouted. The shuttle fired its limited weapons, targeting weak points Sarah had identified. The alien ship faltered, then exploded in a blinding flash. The survivors cheered, but there was no time for celebration. They were still outnumbered, and the main fleet would eventually learn from these losses. In the aftermath, the survivors regrouped. Engineers salvaged alien tech from the destroyed ships. The humans examined it carefully, learning more about the enemy with each discovery. They found weaknesses in energy shields, flaws in weapon systems, and patterns in movement. Every scrap of knowledge was a tool, every detail a weapon. Marcus stood in front of the group, pride and determination in his eyes. This is only the beginning. We're weak, yes, but we're smart. And smart is dangerous. They will come for us again, but next time we'll be ready. Even as they planned, the humans faced constant challenges. Supplies were limited. Tensions rose among the survivors. Fear and exhaustion tested their resolve. Yet, through every obstacle, they discovered something new. The power of human adaptability, courage, and unity. One night, Sarah worked alone in the observation room, scanning the void for signs of alien movement. Suddenly, her senses detected a massive energy surge. Not a patrol, but a ship unlike any she had seen. It was enormous, far larger than the previous fleet ships, and its energy signature was deadly. She alerted Marcus immediately. "Sir, it's huge. The main ship. It's coming closer." Marcus's jaw tightened. "Then we prepare. This is what we've been training for. If they want us, they'll have to come through us first." The humans modified the station's defenses for the coming battle. Traps were reinforced, energy shields calibrated, and weapons positioned for maximum effect. Every survivor took a role, knowing the coming fight could decide not just their lives, but the future of humanity. Hours turned into days as they waited. The tension was unbearable, but the humans never wavered. They adapted, learned, and grew stronger. And finally, the alien command ship appeared, massive and menacing, cutting through the darkness of space like a black star. The survivors watched in silence. 17 humans, facing a force that could crush planets. Yet, in their hearts, they felt no fear, only resolve. They had survived once. They would survive again. And this time, they would strike with purpose. Marcus turned to his team. "Remember this, they are powerful. But we are humans, and humans do not give up. We will show them that strength is not just numbers. Strength is courage. Strength is intelligence. Strength is the human spirit." The first phase of the battle was about to begin, and though the odds were impossible, the 17 survivors knew one truth. Even in the shadow of annihilation, humanity could fight back, and sometimes the smallest light could cast the darkest shadow. As the alien ship drew closer, a single thought echoed in every human mind. We are human and we will never give up. The alien command ship hung in the darkness like a living nightmare. Its massive hull glowed faintly with energy, and its shadow stretched across the asteroid belt, swallowing the stars behind it. Inside the station, Marcus Hale and the 17 survivors moved like a single organism, each person knowing their role. Every second counted. Every decision mattered. "Sir," they're scanning the belt. "They know something is here," Sarah Kim said, her voice steady but tense. The monitors showed alien energy sweeps moving through the asteroids, probing for any sign of the humans. Marcus clenched his fists. Then we give them a reason to focus, and a trap they'll never forget. The survivors had worked tirelessly for days, modifying the station, scavenging parts from the shuttle, and analyzing alien technology. Every weapon, every shield, every device was improved. Engineers rigged the station with energy pulses that mimicked multiple ships, making it seem like the humans were spread across the asteroid field. Mines were hidden in asteroid crevices. Traps were ready. "We have to lure them in, but carefully," Marcus continued. "If we attack too soon, we'll be destroyed. Too late, and they'll find a way to crush us." The alien command ship advanced slowly but deliberately, its sensors sweeping methodically. Smaller ships accompanied it, scanning, probing, learning. Marcus watched them closely, noticing patterns in their movement. Humans, adaptable and clever, could exploit these patterns. "Sarah, take the stealth pod," Marcus said. "Draw one of the smaller ships toward the trap. Lead them where we want." Sarah nodded, fear hidden beneath determination. She piloted the pod silently, moving through the asteroid belt. She lured the alien ship along a dangerous path, dodging beams of energy, skimming past massive rocks, and keeping just out of reach. The alien followed, confident, unaware that the humans were leading it straight into a deadly maze. Inside the station, the survivors held their breath. They monitored the pod's movements, waiting for the right moment. "Now," Marcus whispered. The trap activated. Energy pulses fired from hidden emitters, striking the alien ship sensors and causing confusion. Floating debris and rigged asteroids collided with it, spinning the alien craft wildly. The pod fired precision strike, hitting a weak point in the hull, and the ship exploded in a blinding flash. A cheer erupted inside the station. One alien ship destroyed. It was a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. The humans had proved that even against impossible odds, intelligence and strategy could triumph. But Marcus knew better. The alien command ship was still out there. It was far more dangerous than anything they had faced. "Prepare for phase 2, Marcus said. "We hit them where it hurts. Focus on the main ship." The survivors worked quickly. They modified the shuttle to carry a small but powerful energy weapon, capable of piercing the alien command ship's shields if aimed correctly. Pilots trained relentlessly, simulating attack runs over and over until precision became instinct. Engineers rigged the station to act as a support system, using its energy to boost the shuttle's weapon. Finally, the moment came. The alien command ship moved closer, oblivious to humans' preparations. Smaller ships buzzed around it, like a deadly swarm of insects. Marcus took a deep breath. "All units ready?" he asked. "Ready, sir," Sarah replied. "Then we strike. For Earth. For humanity." The shuttle launched from the station, cloaked in energy shadows. It darted toward the alien command ship, weaving through smaller patrols, avoiding deadly beams. Inside the shuttle, Marcus piloted with unmatched focus, while Sarah managed weapons and energy systems. The station support beams powered the shuttle's main weapon, a concentrated pulse designed to pierce the alien hull. The first strike was precise. The beam hit the alien ship, tearing through its shield and cracking its hull. Alarms blared on the alien command ship as smaller patrols swarmed to defend it. But the humans were already moving, dodging, firing, and exploiting weaknesses they had discovered in the alien patterns. Inside the alien command ship, panic spread among their ranks. They had never faced humans who thought so quickly, adapted so fast, and fought so relentlessly. Every attack, every maneuver, seemed unpredictable, chaotic, and yet deadly precise. Back in the shuttle, Marcus gritted his teeth as he made another pass. The weapon charged again. "We're almost there. Hold on." Sarah activated the pulse, firing it directly at the alien ship's energy core. The beam struck true, causing a massive explosion. The command ship shook violently, smaller ships scattering in confusion. Energy beams flared and died, leaving the alien fleet momentarily stunned. Inside the station, the survivors watched in disbelief. Against all odds, they had done it. The alien command ship, the brain of the fleet, was critically damaged. It was a turning point. Humanity, even in its smallest numbers, had struck back. But victory came with a cost. The station trembled as smaller patrol ships retaliated. Explosions rocked the hangar, and debris rained down. Engineers worked frantically to repair critical systems. Pilots prepared to launch additional strikes. Knowing the battle was not over, Marcus addressed the team. We've shown them that humans are not weak, but they'll come again. They always do. We have to be ready. Stronger, smarter, faster. As the battle continued, the humans began to exploit their strengths. They used the asteroid belt as a shield, hiding and striking from unexpected angles. They rigged traps that destroyed several alien ships with minimal risk. And each time, they learned more about the enemy, gathering intelligence of the battles to come. Sarah, piloting the stealth pod once again, discovered something remarkable. Sir, the aliens have a pattern. They overcompensate when they lose a ship. They leave gaps in their formation. If we time it right, we can hit the rest of the fleet. Marcus's eyes shone with determination. Then we hit all of it. Humanity isn't finished. Not yet. We'll turn the tide completely. The humans launched coordinated attacks, striking weak points in the alien fleet. Each success, though small, sent ripples of fear through the alien forces. They had never faced enemies who combined courage, intelligence, and unity so effectively. The asteroid belt became a battlefield unlike any other. Humans struck from shadows, appearing where they were least expected, disappearing before the aliens could respond. Explosions lit the darkness like fireworks, each one a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Finally, after hours of relentless combat, the alien fleet began to retreat. The command ship, damaged and vulnerable, pulled back into the depths of space. Smaller ships followed, their movements cautious, hesitant, and fearful. Inside the station, the humans cheered, tears and laughter mixing in relief. They had done the impossible. Against 9,900 alien ships, they had not only survived, they had struck back, turning the tide of the battle. Marcus stood in the control room, looking at the faces of his team. "This is a victory," he said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "But it is only the beginning. The aliens will come again. They always do. And when they do, we will be ready." Sarah nodded. "We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. We've survived when no one thought we could. And we've shown them humans are dangerous." Marcus smiled grimly. Dangerous enough to survive. Dangerous enough to fight. Dangerous enough to make them think twice. The 17 survivors looked out into the dark void of space, knowing their journey was far from over. The alien threat remained, but now humanity had a spark of hope, courage, and defiance. And sometimes, a spark was all it took to ignite a fire that could burn across the galaxy. As the station hummed with activity, repairs, and preparation, one thought echoed in every human heart. We are human, and we will never give up. The void of space was silent, almost impossibly quiet. But Marcus Hale knew better. Silence in the battlefield never meant peace. It meant waiting. The 17 survivors had fought their way from the ashes of Earth, survived countless attacks, and turned the tide against the alien fleet. Now, all that remained was the final battle. The alien command ship, damaged but not destroyed, hovered at the edge of the asteroid belt. Smaller patrol ships surrounded it like guards, scanning for any sign of human resistance. But Marcus and his team had a plan, a gamble so dangerous it could either end all of humanity or secure its survival. "Everyone knows their role," Marcus said, standing in the station's control room. His voice was calm, but his eyes burned with determination. "This is it. We're not just surviving anymore. We're taking the fight to them. One last strike, and we will show the galaxy what humanity is capable of." Sarah Kim stepped forward. "Sir, this is risky. The command ship is huge. If we fail, it's the end." Marcus nodded. "I know, but we've survived worse. We've learned their weaknesses. We've adapted, and we're not afraid. Not anymore. Humans fight. Humans survive. And humans never give up." The survivors prepared for the assault. The shuttle, reinforced and modified with scavenged alien tech, was ready. Pilots checked their controls, engineers monitored energy levels, and soldiers armed themselves with whatever weapons they could find. Every detail mattered. Every second mattered. Outside, the alien command ship moved closer to the asteroid belt, scanning, probing, searching. Marcus knew their patterns by now. They were fast but predictable. They had underestimated humans before. They would again. Shuttle team launch. Marcus commanded. The shuttle slid out of the station hangar, cloaked in energy shadows. Inside, Marcus piloted with precision, Sarah handled weapons, and the other humans monitored alien movements. The smaller patrol ships noticed the shuttle immediately and gave chase, firing beams of energy. The asteroid belt became a deadly maze, rocks and debris flying past as the shuttle weaved through, dodging fire. Steady, steady, Marcus muttered. They'll never expect this. The first target was a patrol ship, nimble but heavily armed. Sarah fired a precision pulse, taking advantage of a gap in its shields. The ship exploded in a blinding flash. Another patrol turned, but Marcus had already maneuvered the shuttle behind a massive asteroid, avoiding detection. The command ship loomed larger with every moment. Its energy signature pulsed ominously, and the smaller ships circled it like predators. Marcus's heart pounded. One mistake, one misfire, and the shuttle will be destroyed instantly. Remember, Marcus whispered to his team, we hit the weak point in the energy core. That's our chance. One shot, one chance. We do not miss. The shuttle moved closer, hiding behind floating debris and using asteroid shadows as cover. The alien patrols attacked relentlessly, but humans were faster, smarter, and more unpredictable. Explosions lit the void as patrols fell one by one, the survivors' precision unmatched. Finally, the shuttle reached the edge of the command ship. Marcus focused on the energy core, a glowing point at the center of the massive hull. Sarah charged the main weapon, the beam humming with concentrated energy, powered by the station's reserves. Firing in 3, 2, 1, the beam shot forward like a spear of light, striking the alien command ship directly in the core. The ship shuddered violently, alarm screaming. Energy shields collapsed, and explosions rippled across its hull. Smaller patrol ships scattered in panic. Inside the alien command ship, chaos erupted. Alien officers shouted in a language the humans could not understand. Systems failed, lights flickered, and the massive ship shook as it tried to recover. For the first time, the aliens were afraid. Humans had struck where it hurt most, and their precision had shattered the invincible. Marcus and Sarah fired again, this time targeting structural weak points along the command ship's spine. Explosions tore through the hull. Fire spread like lightning. And finally, with a final, blinding pulse, the alien command ship began to break apart. The survivors cheered, but there was no time to celebrate. Smaller patrol ships still remained, some damaged but dangerous. Marcus piloted the shuttle through the wreckage, dodging falling debris, and firing at anything that moved. Hang on, Sarah shouted as they weaved past a massive explosion. The shuttle shuddered, taking damage, but they held together, determined to survive. Back at the station, engineers worked frantically to repair the shuttle remotely, boosting shields and energy reserves. Every second mattered. The battle was far from over. The alien fleet, seeing their command ship destroyed, began to retreat. But Marcus knew it wasn't complete victory yet. Humans had survived, yes, but the aliens were adaptive, and the war was far from over. Inside the shuttle, Marcus looked at his team. We've done the impossible. Against 9,900 ships, only 17 remained, and now we've struck the heart. But this is just the start. Humanity is alive, and we're not done. Sarah nodded. They'll come back, stronger, but we'll be ready. The survivors looked out at the void, exhausted but triumphant. They had survived annihilation. They had destroyed the alien command ship. They had proven that humans, even in their smallest numbers, could fight back and strike fear into the invaders. And then came a moment of silence. For the first time, the humans allowed themselves to hope. Marcus's voice broke the quiet. We are humans. We survived when no one thought we could. We fought when we had no chance. And now, we will rebuild. One day, we'll return to Earth. And when we do, the galaxy will know the price of underestimating humanity. The shuttle drifted alongside the remains of a destroyed command ship, stars reflecting on shattered hulls and drifting debris. The survivors knew the cost had been immense. Earth was gone, billions of lives lost, cities burned to nothing. But humanity itself had endured. Sarah turned to Marcus. "Do you think we can win the next fight?" Marcus smiled, a mixture of exhaustion and resolve. "We don't just hope to win. We fight, and we survive. That's what humans do. That's who we are." The 17 survivors, battered and weary, floated in the void, small and fragile against the vastness of space. But their courage, intelligence, and unity had made them stronger than any alien fleet. They had survived the impossible. They had struck back, and they had shown the galaxy what it truly meant to be human. As they set course for an uncharted region to regroup, repair, and prepare for future battles, one thought echoed in their minds: stronger than fear, stronger than pain, stronger than anything the aliens could muster. We are human, and we will never give up. The galaxy had witnessed the rise of a new threat. Not from strength, numbers, or technology, but from the unbreakable spirit of 17 humans who refused to die quietly. And somewhere in the stars, the aliens understood something terrifying. Humans were unpredictable, clever, and relentless. For humanity, the story was far from over. Earth might have been lost, but the fight for survival, vengeance, and ultimately, victory had only just begun. And in the void, among shattered asteroids and drifting remnants of alien ships, 17 humans clung to life, ready to reclaim their place in the galaxy. The last stand of humanity was not the end. It was the beginning of a legend, a story of courage, intelligence, and the unstoppable power of the human spirit.